damaged hummingbirds, all gathered in another. Leon Courtney was cradling a whiskey in his hand as he talked with a small group that included his host, Jocelyn Hay. The two men stood out from the rest, both because they were taller than the others, but also because they were so obviously the dominant males in that particular pack, a pair of magnets for watching female eyes. "I rather think I'm going to make a play for Leon Courtney," said the Honourable Amelia Corey Porter, a well-dressed, brightly painted young divorcee, with fashionably short bobbed hair, who had decided to lie low in Kenya until the fuss over her marriage, which had been ended by her adultery, died down. "He is quite utterly scrumptious, don't you think?" "Darling, you'll be wasting your time," Edina Hay informed her. "Leon Courtney's the only man in the whole of Kenya who refuses to sleep with anyone other than his wife. He barely even eyes one up. It's quite disconcerting, actually. Makes me wonder if I'm losing my touch." Amelia looked startled, as if confronted by an entirely new and unexpected aspect of human behaviour. "Refuses sex? Really? That hardly seems natural, especially when his wife is in no condition to oblige him. You don't suppose he's secretly a queer, do you?" "Heavens, no. I have it on good authority that in his younger days he was quite the ladies' man. But the moment he clapped eyes on Eva, he fell head over heels in love, and he's been besotted ever since." "I suppose one can't blame him," said Amelia, though her air of disapproval was plain. "I saw her at the Gymkhana, and she's perfectly lovely. What is it they say in romantic novels? Eyes like limpid pools. She has those, all right. But even so, she's enormously pregnant. No one expects a chap to live like a monk these days, just because his wife's blown out like a barrage balloon. Well, perhaps Leon Courtney's just an old-fashioned gentleman." "Oh, don't be silly. You know as well as I do that there's never been any such thing. But anyway, darling, do tell all about Eva. It's very strange. I thought I could detect a Northumbrian lilt in her voice. Daddy used to go shooting up there, and we'd all go out with him, so I know the accent from the staff and gamekeepers and so forth. But I've heard that she's actually a German. Is that so?" "Well," said Edina as the two women moved fractionally closer together, like conspirators sharing a deadly secret, "the real British East Africa hands, like Florence Delamere, who've been here for years and years, can still remember the first time Eva pitched up in Nairobi, about a year or so before the war. Some ghastly German industrialist arrived in town on the most lavish safari anyone had ever seen, accompanied by a magnificent open motor car in which to go hunting, numerous lorries to cart all his baggage, and 2 huge aeroplanes made by his own company." "Good Lord, what an extraordinary show," Amelia said, clearly impressed by such a display of power and wealth. "Absolutely," Edina agreed. "Of course the whole town turned out to see the flying machines, but by the end of the day there was just as much talk about the ravishing creature who was parading around on the industrialist's arm, making no bones whatever about being his mistress, and calling herself Eva von something or other." "And that was the same Eva I saw today?" "Indeed she was. And guess who was the white hunter, acting as the German's guide?" "Goodness! Was it Leon Courtney?" "The very same. Anyway, Eva and the industrialist, apparently he was the absolute picture of the bullying, bullet-headed Hun, went back to Germany, and that seemed to be that. But then, really very soon after the start of the war, she was mysteriously back in Kenya, having parachuted down to earth from a giant zeppelin." "Oh, don't! That's just too extraordinary," Amelia laughed. "Well, that's the story, and I've heard it from enough people who were here at the time to believe it. Apparently the Zeppelin crash-landed deep in the heart of Maasai land, and it was shot down by—" Edina paused teasingly. "No, don't tell me. Not Leon again." "Absolutely. And out of the wreckage, looking as pretty as a picture and as fresh as a daisy, steps the lovely Eva, and falls, swooning, into his arms. Lucky girl. I'd happily swoon into his arms."